The check fraud epidemic: how criminals turn paper into payday. 1. The comeback of paper crime. Checks are supposed to be relics of the past, something your grandparents still keep in a desk drawer next to the stamps. Yet, over 11 billion checks are still written every year in the United States. And where there's money, there's mischief. Criminals have figured out that while everyone else went digital, the old-fashioned paper trail still pays. So what does that actually mean? It means even though we live in a world of mobile banking and tap to pay, thieves are happily fishing envelopes out of mailboxes and turning ink and paper into easy cash. Footnote: despite the decline in check usage, fraud schemes exploiting mailed paper checks have surged due to outdated mailing practices and limited consumer oversight. 2. How they do it. The two most popular tricks sound like they belong in a chemistry class: check washing and check cooking. In washing, criminals soak checks in nail polish remover or antifreeze to erase the ink. Then, they rewrite the payee and sometimes the memo line, "Instant payday." In cooking, the scam goes digital. They scan your check, copy your signature, and print a counterfeit so real that even the bank's scanners fall for it. So what does that actually mean? It means the crooks aren't using scissors and glue anymore, they've got better software than your accountant. Footnote: check washing chemically removes ink, while check cooking digitally replicates check data, both exploiting banks' reliance on image-based verification. 3. Why the banks don't always help. Victims often assume the bank will cover losses automatically. That's true, sometimes. But here's the catch: if you don't report fraud within 30 days, the bank can legally deny reimbursement. And if you think that's rare, think again. Financial institutions lose hundreds of millions annually to check fraud, and they're tightening up. A few late claims could mean your money's gone for good, and the bank's official response usually sounds like a Hallmark card: "We're sorry this happened, but please be more careful next time." Footnote: under federal regulations, consumer liability for check fraud increases substantially after 30 days, limiting institutional reimbursement obligations. 4. Why the post office isn't as safe as you think. People assume mailing a check from inside the post office is secure. It's not. Organized crime rings have been caught stealing from inside sorting centers, not just blue mailboxes. Once a check disappears, it can be altered, cloned, and deposited within hours, long before you even know it's missing. So what does that actually mean? Mailing a check today is a bit like sending your wallet through a conveyor belt and hoping it arrives sealed. Footnote: mail-based check theft often originates within postal routes and facilities, exposing systemic security gaps in mail handling. 5. What you can do about it. Let's not end this on panic. There are practical fixes. Track your checks once they're mailed. Confirm they clear, and make sure an image appears in your online banking history. Report any missing images or altered entries immediately. Contact your bank, local law enforcement, and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. And here's the simplest move: go electronic whenever possible. Wire transfers and direct payments leave less room for tampering. So what does that actually mean? If you still need to write checks, hand them to someone you trust, or better yet, retire the checkbook before the criminals do it for you. Footnote: regular transaction monitoring and transitioning to electronic payments remain the most effective safeguards against contemporary check fraud.